Folks, welcome. We're doing flight 125 from San Juan, Puerto Rico over to Montego Bay, Jamaica. This is going to be our last day. It's go home day. So I'm excited to get home and get going. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Learn something, have fun, do it right. Those are the three things we want to do. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. And we've got about an hour to turn the airplane, so let's go and throw this on. And let's just take a look at a few things. There's 74. Ground power is good. I'm just going to drop back down here, make sure the gear is down. Flaps are up. Park brakes on. I'll go back up here and turn on the ground power. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, ground power is on. There we are. And last but not least, that's coming on. That's coming on. And we're going to come down here and have a look. Cleared. And a 600. Let's take a look at our ARAC. It's a 737-600 ARAC 2504, April 17 to May 15. That's perfect. Position initialized. Let's go ahead and do that now. So we're going to go upstairs and we're going to go right into the nav position. And you should see on DC, and we're going to go alignment on both of them. There we are. Drop back down, and we're going to go ahead and throw a reference airport in there. TJSJ. We'll go ahead and throw that up there. Good to go. All right, so it's going to start alignment process, and I'm going to go ahead and throw my data in there so we can get that done. Okay, so that's being processed and uploaded. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple things, just get our emergency stuff tested right now. So looking at the overhead panel, making sure all the lights are good. There's no lights out on the panel. That looks good too. I'm going to go ahead and throw that down. Actually, just quick test here. Looking at the pedestal. All right, all that's good to go. And then we're going to go upstairs and throw up our lights. So all that's down, taxi lights coming on, that's on. Logo lights will keep off. We'll go strobe and steady on this on. Anti-collision light, wing lights, and wheel well, we don't need it. And then we're going to go outside and just check everything. Make sure it all works. Strobes are looking good. Landing lights are looking good. Taxi lights are looking good. And you would walk around, the FO would be walking around right now doing their inspection. So you want to make sure all your lights are on. And then we're going to go ahead and throw it all off. And that is it for that. So anti-collision light, wing lights are off. Good to go. We should have the air conditioning card on the aircraft, do we? Yes. Do we? Yes, we do. Good. We got to make sure. It's pretty hot here in San Juan right now. It's getting to summertime, so it's been pretty warm. All right, so without any further ado, we're just going to go into our flight plan. It's about 2 hours today on the flight time, and I was going to go ahead and test the rest of our systems. We're going to do it right now just because I'm trying to get it tested as best we can. That's coming in. Good. Good. Nickel test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And dime. All three lights. Lights up on top. Cancel the fire. Good to go. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and hit the squibs. Good. We'll test that. Good. Zeroed. Okay. So all our emergency equipment is good to go. We're, again, alignment, so we're going to go ahead and get the FMC programmed. All right, folks, so the next thing we're going to do is we'll call for catering. We'll get the catering on the aircraft, and then we'll call for boarding as well. Fuel, and then catering. Let's go downstairs here. Let's get their data pulled in. Okay, so we're going to click route, and we're just going to click the request the flight plan. We got to clear this entry here. We'll just request flight plan, and then we're going to use our sim brief. We've got JSJ to MKJS. Nothing on the alternate. We do have an alternate at Montego Kingston. which is going to be MKJP. So we can go to MKJP, and the reason why is because we do have some thunderstorms in the area. No, hang on. Okay, so that's good. Reserves are 5.4. Block fuel is going to be 20.8. Okay, we're going to go ahead and select the route, and we'll just wait for that. Now I'm going to go ahead and write the weather down into from Puerto Rico here, and the weather right now might be changing. Looks like catering's here. Route upload, click load. Gonna write the weather in. Just really quick. Weather right now in San Juan 0607. Visibility coming in at 10. A few clouds. It's been pretty pleasant here in the Caribbean. This is northern Caribbean. Scattered at 7,000. This day has, these 3 days have been pretty localized here. And we got a broken layer at 8,500, and we're looking at 28 over 22. Altimeter 299er. Runway is going to be 08 departure, and the gate is Delta 7. Okay, so that's in there. We're going to be taking the Route 2. It's going to be the departure SID. We're going to do the jets. We do the Jaws 2 departure out of here. It sends us to. We could do that at the jets. It won't be jets. Vermo 6. It sends us to Route 6. So we're basically going westbound, not northbound. Yeah, it's just going to be basically a heading of. We'll take off here 60 degrees or 078. We'll go 350. Basically just going to be turning over the ocean and then flipping around to the west. So there really is no departure coming out of here. But we will take runway 08 for departure. And our arrival is coming in with approximately the Lunar 7 departure arrival. With the Senla transition, right there, or Senla transition. There we are. We'll click. Okay, so runway is going to be. What are we doing over there? At Sangster right now, 050 at 9. We're landing probably runway 7. So it'll be an ILS 7 or something like that, unless something changes. Lunar 7, and then the Selma transition. There we are. Click route, activate it, execute it. Oops. Good. So that's done. Pref coming in, and 0 fuel weight. We'll be setting at 109.0. Pretty light 0 fuel again. We've been in the 111 passengers. We haven't been full at all. 111 passengers today, and we're taking a 20.8 on the fuel. So we're going to go 20.5. We'll throw that in there. Reserves are going to be roughly. We do have some reserves today, just because we do have an alternate. So 10.2 we're expecting to land with. So I'd say 8, and no more than that. We'll be landing. Cost index is 30 today. And our cruise altitude going to be up to a whopping 360. We might even go higher, depends on the winds. And then the cruise winds coming in at 283.64. 283.64, and we're looking at outside air temperature of approximately minus 47 when we get there. That's it. Execute. N1 limit coming up. We'll hold for the rest of the data, and I'm going to call for fueling. Looks like catering's done. So request for fueling here. Okay. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and to my OPC, my onboard performance computer, just to crunch those takeoff numbers in. And we're looking at TJSJ. Runway of choice is going to be 8 on the departure. It is dry optimum. We'll go for full takeoff thrust, maximum ATM, optimum flap, auto on the air conditioning, off on the anti-ice, no on the improved climb, and our takeoff weight is going to be 129.4. Max going to be sitting around 18%. Click calculate, see what we get. Fuel trucks there? Yes, they are. Nice. I don't know why this little fuel truck's here. I drove those things around for a long time. We're getting the fuel truck on. Red snap as the airplane. There we go. We're going to start pumping some gas. It's just, this is not the right fuel, but I don't know why GSX does that. Really annoying. Okay, we've got our numbers crunched in. Now we're going to go flaps 1 today. Runway 08 is the runway of choice. Trim 6.75 and cell temp 48 degrees. We're going to do 122, 129, 134. Now those are definitely close to 700 numbers. You can tell that's why the 600 wasn't very popular with airlines, because very close. The performance, although it's a rocket ship, is it has performance for days. The problem is the landing speeds are just like a 700 almost. So you're putting in less passengers with the same amount of cost structure as a 700. So this airplane was not very popular with airlines for that reason. Okay, I'm going to just set my numbers in right now. I'm not going to use this one. We're going to go 122 because we're going to set everything here in just a minute here. And the reason why that's the way it is, if you go to payload, that's why. We're just going to zero it out and set empty and start over. And trim says about, what, 18 on the trim? 18.1. I'll just do, it's going to be about 18.7 once we get the passengers starting to board here. And 122, we're going to go to 129. That's 130, we'll use that. And then 134, 135 is pretty good. Okay, so that's the program. Let's go to the legs page. We'll go to route data. We're just going to check our legs as we go through this, just to make sure everything is good. Once we take off, guys, we're going to go ahead and rotate to the west. We're going to go to Boca, and then Pueblo, then over to BQN, Antex, and then over to across Haiti and Dominican Republic to CDO, and then Olida, Hoffer, Etbod, and then Pap, which is Port-au-Prince, and Avalou, and then we're going to Quebec. Gabus is next, and then Radix 7, and then Selna, Almas, and then we're going to be in the arrival doing a little bit of the SIA track, and then we're going to do Lenar, then Vector. We'll be good to go. Okay, so I'm good with all those numbers. Let's go to the route data. We're going to pull in those winds now. Questing those winds, looking at the time, 6:20, so about 10 minutes we'll start boarding. Cruise winds, upload, we're going to click load. It's going to pull those winds in there, we're going to click execute. Great, we're going to go back to the descent page, clear that out, and then forecast. We're going to pull the load winds in for the descent. Okay, we're going to click execute there. And right now MKJS is reporting weather, looks like it's 1014. Good. That's it. We're done. I mean, that's honestly, we're done as a flight crew. That's we'll do the briefing and I'll get you guys briefed. We won't do our flows yet. It's too dang early for it. 2909090. We'll go ahead and flip this over to inches. That's good. And we've got our fuel in. There's always paperwork to do. That's for sure. All right, so 86. We got 8630 over 8630, and they gave us 3840 in the center, and that's pushing. Yeah, it's 20 right there. All right, good. I'm just calculating all that fuel, making sure we have enough gas. So it's always a good idea to make sure you have enough fuel. And we got 21.1 on board. And we have forecasted to be at 20.8, so that was really nice of them. Give us a little more fuel than anticipated. So 8630. That's 17,260, and then we're going to go 3840 in the center. Yeah, 21.1, nice. I was just calculating that on my calculator just to make sure I didn't get it wrong. Assuming I got no V-speeds added. That's right. And one limit, we come in here. We already added our V-speeds there, but we got to get them boarded first. Okay. With that, let's go ahead and call for Puerto Rico. We're going to go ahead and get our clearance, dial clearance in at, it's our clearance frequency is, we do have, there's data link here, CPDLC is in there, clearance 126.4. Let's go ahead and give them a call. And we'll end up boarding our passengers soon. 126.4. San Juan clearance, Riptide 125. Looking for IFR over to Montego Bay.
Riptide 125, San Juan clearance, cleared to Sangster Airport. Radar vectors Baca, then as filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Expect flight level 360, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.4. Squawk 3104.
3104.
Cleared to Sangster Airport. Radar vectors Baca, then as filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Expect flight level 360, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.4. Squawk 3104, Riptide 125.
Riptide 125, read back correct. Contact ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start.
121.9er.
Test. Pass.
Ground 121.9er when ready for pushback or engine start. Riptide 125.
Our hydraulics are coming in 92. I'll probably top them off when we get to Miami later. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set a few things up here. 135 on V2. We're just going to get that set right now. And we'll call for boarding here. Maybe we can push a little early. It's about 5 minutes. So I'm hoping to push, man. I mean, we'll get them on boarded. Get them boarded here shortly. Maybe we'll do a 10-minute push. And as long as dispatch approves it, if we had 111 booked, we can go. But let's say we had 115 or something, then we couldn't go, right? Because we're waiting for those passengers. You can't push early. So, but I think today, if we have 111 booked, we can go early. 4,000 feet set. Flight director's on. And by the way, when we do that, we got to make sure that we're not screwing anything else up. Okay, heading is going to be basically out of San Juan. It's going to be 070 heading, or 350. I'm sorry. They might even turn us. Usually it's going to be a 350 heading. they want us away from, you know, the land areas and stuff like that. So, all right, let's go ahead and get boarded, and then we'll run our flows, and we're going to be good.
All aircraft be
Request
advised
boarding.
information golf now current. Altimeter 29er.
Boarding is requested. Doors coming open. Here we are. Here we go. And I'm going to do a walk around. We have time, so I'll give you guys a walk around. There's no departure really procedure to brief you on. It's just it's basically runway heading on the climb, and then we'll turn to 350. All right, let's walk around this beast. We would start over here, and I would definitely do the walk around. It's just the weather's beautiful. Okay, we already checked our lighting, so that's good. Look at our nose gear, make sure it's good to go. It is. E&E Bay door is closed. Pitot and Alpha Vane look great. Red Snapper. How do I tell it no? Okay. Join aboard crew. Nobody. We're on the airplane. Okay, we're just going to go over here. We'll check the static. That looks good. Excuse me, tug. This dude's in long sleeve. It's like, what, 80 degrees out there? It's nice and close to this engine. Fan blades looking good. Spinners looking good. Nice and old. This aircraft is old.
Good morning.
All right, pack in flow looks good. I'm just going to come over here. Check the back of the engine. Again, that looks good. Tires, we'll check those here a little bit. Conditions looking good. No hydraulic on the ground. So you want to make sure that's all good to go. We'll check the engine. We're looking for any oil spills or anything like that. Make sure the fueling panel is closed, which is right there. That is closed. Nice 700 wing that we're dealing with here. I'd love to see a 600 some winglets. That would be cool. But this airplane doesn't fly as much. Okay, flat fairings looking good. Coming across down here. The tire condition, you're looking for pins on those. Do you see those pins up there? We're looking for that. That's the brake wear. Tires are looking good. You can get about 150 on those tires before. Torque tubes, great. This is where all the guts are in the 7.3. Pulleys are good. Your hydraulic fluids in here, plus your fire bottles. You know, I'll check all that. This tire condition is looking great as well. Already checked the back end. So I'm gonna come around here. What's up, dude? Aren't you the same guy over there? Outflow valve is good. We're looking at the pitot, vertical stab, horizontal stab. Negative pressure. Relief valve looks good. Door's closed right now. We'll get that door open and get the EPU started here shortly. There's ominous clouds coming in. We had a nice hotel stay at the Caribbean Hilton. Beautiful resort.
Boarding pass.
That's what's so cool about coming to the Caribbean. They treat you good
Good morning.
in the accommodations. That is for certain.
Hello.
I don't think there's any 1 day or 2 day trips. I mean, at least that overnight somewhere else. I think it's all in San Juan now because we go there and back a lot. We treat this airport like a hub almost.
Hello.
Again, tire conditions looking good. Just check those brakes. And flat fairings on the aircraft. Engines looking good just there. Elevator, aileron. Elevator, you know what I mean. Aileron.
Boarding
Checking
pass,
the
please.
lights. Good. Static wicks looking good. Panels are closed. Alright, you guys, I think we've got a good airplane here. This is super close.
Welcome on board.
Spinner's looking good. We got a good jet. Or at least from the outside, nothing's falling off the aircraft, so that's good. And your static wick is down here. And our tap probe, looking good. Alright, let's go back upstairs here into the jetway. And we will we'll call it done. Hey, dude, I'm following you through this door. All right.
This way.
You're in a Southwest uniform. That's weird. You should be in a coastal uniform. All right, let's jump back in. And we're done. All right, now we can do our flows. Only took like, what, 5 minutes or something?
Good morning.
We're going to do a full flow on this. Again, because it's the first flight of the day for us. These are on, that's off. That's capped. Checking this.
Welcome on board.
Good. I mean, you can almost treat this like a regional airliner. It's just, there's not a lot to do. I mean, I can get this airplane really ready to go here in about 5 minutes. All right, one fuel pump's coming on for now. Here we go. Seatbelt's coming on. We're coming upstairs here. That's looking good. Good. Inverter's looking good. Okay, let's test our window heat. Drive all four on, and we'll throw the overheat on. Off. Coming back on. Checking the probes. Good. I'm gonna get. I mean, we can wait for that before push. We'll get everything done. We'll just get everything programmed, and we'll do a before push start here. 36,000, did we say it?
Hello.
I don't know what they gave us. 36,000, zero on the altitude, pretty much. Right side today, that is, we're on standby. The overhead's done. The only thing I do want to do is just test our overheat. Just make sure it's good to go. Good, wing body overheat's tested. All right, we're done. And the MCP is done.
Welcome on board.
We'll come down here and check our annunciator panels. So autopilot annunciator's looking good. Reset the fuel flow. RTO's coming down. Done. Pedestal is done. We're good to go, folks. Now we're just waiting for the passengers to get on the airplane, and that's the end of it. All right, while they're doing that, I'm going to check NOTAMs. We're going to rock and roll that way, and hopefully get airborne here shortly. Maybe we can push. I'll speed the time up a little bit. And folks, I'll come back when we get the passengers on. I don't think you need to see this whole thing, so I'll be back.
Welcome on board.
Folks from the flight deck, welcome aboard flight 125, nonstop service over to Montego Bay. Should have you on the gate here in about 10 to 15 minutes to show an early pushback today. Get us out a little bit early, get in a little bit early in Jamaica. Flight time today is 2 hours, slightly over 2 hours. Looks like 84 degrees in Jamaica right now, a few clouds. Should have a smooth ride for us, so we'll get that seatbelt turned off pretty quickly for you. However, if you remain seated, keep the seatbelts fastened just in case we hit any unexpected rough air. Thanks for watching the FSBN channel. I appreciate your business, and if you'd like to join us, please do so. flycoastalairways.com. Until next time, we'll talk cruise. Sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of the flight. All right, folks, so we got our PA done, and we got the passengers boarded. It's 6:40. I'm just going to advance the clock just a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and call. I'll do 6:45. That'll be perfect. All right, let's go ahead and get the APU running. APU's coming on start. And then we'll get the doors closed. And we're going to get our lights on. Low pressure's coming on, and they're off there. Good to go. And I'll throw this on the APU generator. Okay. We'll get the APU rocking and rolling, and I'll bring up my seat. We'll do our checklist, and we'll be out of here at a decent time. You can see the APU starting up. The EGT's coming. Once we get a good light on the EGT, we'll start the clock here in 90 seconds. So we can turn on the bleeds for the packs. I'll get the doors closed here in just a minute. All right, we got that on. Let's turn on the timer on. There we go. And then we're coming on the bus. All right, good. 90 seconds. We're on ship power. You can go ahead and disconnect us from the ground. Doors coming closed. All right, our cockpit door is getting closed. We're done. We're going to go ahead and release the ground power now. We're on ship power. And we're going to go ahead and disconnect the air conditioning. It's going to be pretty hot in the cabin, though, so I kind of want to avoid that. You can see how beautiful it is right now. 40, 50, about 60 degrees in the cabin. It's perfect. Nice and cold. That's the way I like it. Okay, one thing I want to do is just make sure. 19.2 now. 22, 130, 125. Good. N1 limit. We already did that. Climb 2 profile today. Okay, we got a no V speed throwing on us, so that's kind of a weird. I'm having a brain meltdown. I think 129, 130, 135. I'm gonna go 122. Runway 8. Okay. It should all be good. It's all filled out. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about that. It says no V speed. We've got our V speeds. That's, you know, I don't know why it's saying that. I can't really wrap my head around that issue. One thing I will try, I'll just try shutting these off. That doesn't going to recycle anything, but maybe. Let's just make sure we don't have any failures on the aircraft, because that could be a problem. Let's see here, airplane failures, none. Okay, yeah, we're good. I just don't know why that's on there like that, but it doesn't matter. I've got 122.35, so if anything, we'll have to know it. It's not that big of a deal. All right, let's go ahead and turn off the air conditioning unit. We're going to kind of release that now. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the AA bleed, or the packs. We'll go packs on, bleeds on. Get that going. We'll get them called in and get the gate pulled away. Yeah, I've got to investigate this just a little bit more. Just one. Okay, that's filled out. 129 on the gross weight, 20.5 on the fuel, 0 fuel weight set, cost index is set. That's all set. Here. 48, 122 on climb 2. I've got flap 1. 129, 30, 35. That's not going to do it either. Yeah, 122. Weird. Really weird.
Departure checks complete. Bypass spinning setting.
I mean, I could try this. It's not going to do anything, but it's just going to erase. It's going to erase some stuff. That's just fine. 06. Takeoff speeds deleted. Correct. All that's good to go. No slope on that one. Let's go right back to takeoff. Okay, resetted everything. You can see 122, 30, 35, 19.2, trim 3.6. It's still down. That's weird. All right, coming across, TCAS coming on. We might have an MEL issue here. We'll see. I mean, yeah, we got a no V speed. I can't remember that flag goes away or not. It should be displayed. So we're going to go nose to the right, tail to the left. And before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and just see, obviously we've got to get our paperwork ready, but we got this no V-speed hookup on my display and yours, so I just want to make sure. Let's see, we got normal, 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 auto, and normal. Yours is saying the same display, man. Which is telling me that it's, usually when it does that, it's saying, oh, it's not ready yet. And, you know, it should be displayed there. So, you know, is this really an issue? All right, hold on, guys. I'm just looking at my QRH. What would it be under navigation? Flight instrument displays 10. What am I missing? Alright, I'm just going to leave it as is. I know we don't have a failure on it, but we should at least see those V-speeds. Might happen when we start it. Let's just go ahead and get a push. Run the checklist. Let's go. 4-star fuel pumps are on, and we've got enough gas on there. Center tanks are on. Passenger signs are on. Window heat on. Hydraulic pumps are on. Doors are closed. Lights are off. Pressurization is set and auto. Okay, auto brakes on RTO. Stab trim is set. That's stab trim set. Okay, let's call for push. San Juan ground, Riptide 125 push, please. Delta 7. Go ahead, bud. I didn't hear a thing. Shoot. Okay, hold on. San Juan ground, Riptide 125, push Delta 7.
Riptide 125, San Juan ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Okay, 656.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west. Riptide 125.
Okay, brakes off. Let's go. Got the airplane. Chocks. Stupid chocks.
Commencing race. Please. All landings clear. Start runway.
Okay, ET's running. Here we go, guys. Off. Go home day. Woo! See you later, San Juan. I wish I'd come out here more. Alright, we're clear to start number 2. Let's go ahead and fire it up. Packs off. Number 2 is running. 2 to ground. Here we go. right, 27. I'm just going to max motoring here tonight. Just first flight of the day. I like to do that. Throw those engines up. There's the light.
Please set parking brakes. Unlocking gear.
All right. Okay, lights off. A rollback coming in. We're going to isolate and ventilate the cabin. I can't do it like that. Okay, isolate, coming close. We'll ventilate. Let's go ahead and start one. Coming to ground.
Tow truck disconnecting. Bypass pin remover. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Looking for max motoring. We got it. Go ahead and put the fuels in. Just do max motoring first start of the day here. There's a light. Okay, I got the pin right there. Give him a salute. We're done. Got a good start. Alright, starter cutout 58. Looking good. Oil pressure's up. Running well. Got a good rollback. 2 on. Let's go. Okay. 1, 2. APU off. Okay, coming upstairs in the overhead here. Just check it. Gen 2's looking good. Gen 1 looking good. We'll keep it on Gen 2 all the way around the bus. Prop heat's on. Coming down the panel. That's good. That's good. That's off. Shoot down here. 1, 2. Taxi. Flap. Watch your knees. Tech checks. Generators are on, prop heat is on, anti-ice is off, flight controls are free, flaps 1-1 with a green light. Transponder is set to TARA, and it will be, if it's not yet. It is set. We've got a problem with displays here. It's not displaying what it should be. It's okay, brakes off. Let's go. That's not enough to delay this flight. I gotta tell you right now, it's not we just have a no display, no V speed on there. We have just write it down. Verify takeoff speeds. Check. Oh shoot! I need a call for San Juan ground. Riptide 125 taxi.
Riptide 125, runway 8 taxi via November 1, Sierra 1.
That'd be Sierra 3, but okay. They're
Runway
doing
8
work
taxi
on
via
the
November
other
1.
ones.
Sierra 1, Riptide 125.
This thing is, you know, it's going to aggravate me, right? Why we don't have a display. It's just aggravating, isn't it? Still no V speeds. Man. It's just not good. Your side says the same thing. Okay. It's weird, folks. I don't know. We got it written down, so like I said, it's not enough to to take a delay over that. You know what speeds we need to go, and we've already programmed the machine to do it. So, good to go. I wish I had a bug. That's no big deal. You'll call the V speed. So if you were really doing this, I'd say you're just going to call the speed. That's
United
all.
1644. At gate
10
Alpha
notification.
8, request pushback.
Completed.
United 1644, San Juan ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west. United 1644.
All right, ready to go here. Alpha 3, Sierra 3, I'm sorry. Okay, let's do takeoff checks. Packs are auto, bleeds are on. Takeoff config. Good.
Riptide 125, contact San Juan Tower 132.05.
Packs, please, altimeters recall.
Over to Tower 132.05. Riptide 125.
San Juan Tower, Riptide 125, ready to go here, runway 8.
Riptide 125, San Juan Tower. Wind 050 at 10, gust 16, fly heading 080, runway 8, cleared for takeoff.
All right,
Fly
count my
heading
winds.
080, runway 8, cleared for takeoff. Riptide 125.
Looks good on my side. Look at that wind. Okay, auto throttle armed. I got runway 8 right there on the pavement. All right, looking for 122, 130. Here we go. Okay, hold on, I got it. Okay, takeoff thrust set. 122, radio nozzle check. And then 130. Okay, there's V1. We're going. VR. V2. Whoa. There we go. Gear coming up. Get 400 feet, start the roll. 20 degrees, nose up right there. All right, start your roll. 360, 350, heading select. Climb thrust set, speed up.
Riptide 125, contact San Juan departure.
Order departure.
Contact San Juan departure. Riptide 125. San Juan departure. Riptide 125, 1,400.
Riptide 125, San Juan departure, radar contact, climb maintain flight level 180.
180 on the heading, 180 on the altitude.
Climb maintain flight level 180, Riptide 125.
Okay, there's 180 on the altitude right there. Flaps up. Heading select and command A. LNAV, I'm sorry, we wanted VNAV. I'm gonna start my turn over there, you guys. I'm gonna cancel climb 2. Yeah, I don't want to go too fast now because we're losing energy. There we are. 18,000 reset.
Wind tide 125, turn left, heading 190.
Left turn 190. Are you serious?
Turn left, heading 190. Riptide 125.
What? Let's do south. I'm going to intercept, but I'm not going to go 190. What do you... Okay, heading select. You know, sometimes that's really dumb. Whoa, what was a nice little kick. Go direct to Boca. And now I can go LNAV set. VNAV on. Okay, there we go. 250 on the speed. I'm just gonna vector myself because it's just dumb. All right, let's get the weather rolling here.
Riptide 125, turn left, heading 140.
Going direct Boca now, bro.
Turn left, heading 140. Riptide 125.
Got radar on +2. Should not be that way. All right, cancel the climb. Delete climb. All right, we're on the climb here. Let's do our takeoff checks. Climb check. That's good. Coming up. These are coming off now. We're through those. Go ahead and throw the taxi off. Through 10,000. Let them know.
Riptide 125, turn left, heading 120.
Turn
What?
left, heading 120. Riptide 125.
Why am I turning 120, bro?
San Juan departure. United 1644, 700 feet.
United 1644, San Juan departure. Good morning. Radar contact. Clear direct Acme. Resume the Acme tree. Climb maintain 16,000 feet.
Clear direct Acme. Resume the Acme tree. Climb maintain 16,000 feet. United 1644.
All right, we gotta climb Pax and Bleeds coming up. Pax are on, Bleeds. Pax auto Bleeds are on. Pressurization checked. Start switches are off. APU is off. Flaps are up, no lights. Climb check complete. I don't know why it wants me to turn 120. That is the dumbest thing I've ever. I filed. I'm gonna do what we filed for, and it's not this route. I don't know why she would tell us to go 120. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. Somehow it doesn't make sense. Anyway, that's it, folks. What we'll do is just I'll monitor the airplane and just going to be flying on this route here. Estimated time of arrival.
Riptide 125, contact San Juan Oceanic Control 118.15.
Center on 118.15. Riptide 125. Take care. San Juan Oceanic Control, Riptide 125, crossing 15,700 for flight level 180.
Riptide 125, San Juan Oceanic Control. Good morning. Radar contact. Climb to flight level 360.
Alright, 360.
Climb to flight level 360, riptide 125.
360 set. Altitude intervene. We're done. We get to 18,000, folks. We're, I said it's just a nice ride right now. It's going to be really smooth once we climb to altitude. No forecasted. It's not forecasted to be garbage, so that's nice. BQN, there's 18,000. Then we'll go standard. Come upstairs here. Shut those lights off.
Riptide 125. Contact San Juan Oceanic Control 118.75.
118.75.
Center on 118.75.
113.
Riptide 125.
0.5.
San Juan Oceanic Control, Riptide 125. Through flight level 188 for flight level 360.
Riptide 125, San Juan Oceanic Control, identified.
Okay. All right, folks, we're done. We'll see you here on the top of the descent here. About estimated 1358.
Riptide 125, turn right, heading 105.
Why?
Turn right, heading 105, Riptide 125.
Why am I going to go 105? Okay, whatever. I'm going to keep on trucking on this, on our flight plan, our filed flight plan. Doesn't make any sense. All right, guys, we'll see you in a bit. Folks, from the flight deck, we've reached cruising altitude of 36,000 feet. We're going to go ahead and turn off the seatbelt signs. However, if you remain seated, keep the seatbelts fastened. We should have a great ride, nice and smooth air up here at 36,000, pretty much the entire route of flight. I show Jamaica estimated about 50 minutes from now. The weather in Jamaica, 84 degrees, just a few clouds. Thanks again for watching the FSBN channel. Make sure you sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the like button, helps us out. All right, folks, we're back on here. Been a really nice flight into Jamaica. Had no problems. You can see off the window here, that is Jamaica to the off of our left wing.
125, Kingston radar.
Go ahead for Riptide 125.
Riptide 125, Kingston radar.
Go ahead for Riptide 125.
Riptide 125, Kingston radar.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Expect leaner 7, runway 7, Riptide 125.
Now we're going to be starting our descent here shortly. We've got a few miles. Kingston weather's really nice, actually. 29 degrees. It's getting a little hotter there now. METAR staying 84 degrees. I should be on the ground here in about 20 minutes, passing to the north, and then over there. And you got Kingston is just to the south of the island there. This is the northern part of Jamaica. About an hour 37 minutes so far. Flying. Gonna go auto brake on 2 here. Get ready for the top of descent. Everything else is looking good with the aircraft, and then this is our airplane. We'll take it over to Miami here. Let's see, we land approximately 2:15. We land at 9:15 in the morning.
Riptide 125,
really?
leaner 7, runway 7. Report ready for descent.
Okay, we'll call for descent.
Leaner 7, runway 7. Call when ready. Riptide 125.
All right, so this might be a 10:15 departure actually, because right now it's at 9:30 local. This my time in the schedule might be daylight savings, or it might have been the other when we produced the schedule. So it doesn't automatically convert over. So it might be a 10:15 to arrive on. I'm assuming it is because it's a 2-hour flight. So 7, 8, 9. It should have been. I don't think they're on the same. We'll see. I just don't think it's booked for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So there's no way. We should have a 45-minute, turn here in Jamaica, in a Montego Bay. So
Riptide 125. Descend to 15,000 feet. QNH 1012.
Okay, 1,500. We'll start
Descend
now.
to 15,000 feet. Riptide 125.
We'll go descend now. Execute. Here we go.
Riptide 125. Contact Sangster approach 120.8.
Contact Sangster approach 120.8. Riptide 125. Sangster, Riptide 125. Good morning. Flight level 358 with information, Victor.
Transition
Riptide
altitude
125
is
Sangster
118.
approach. Good morning. QNH 1012. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 07.
Well, expect it.
QNH 1012. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 07. Riptide 125.
Folks from flight deck, we started our descent into the Montego Bay area. Seatbelts coming on. We should have you on the ground here in about 20 minutes. The weather in Jamaica right now, 89 degrees, just a few clouds. Really nice. Might be a little bit bumpy down low. Should have you on the ground again. 20 minutes. It'll be a beautiful approach into the area. If you're heading over to Miami, this is your jet. We'll go ahead and deplane the local through passengers, and then we'll get you all reseated and boarded. Thanks again for flying Coastal Airways. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight.
Sangster, Riptide 125. Good morning. Flight level 345 with the numbers.
Riptide 125 Sangster approach. QNH 1012. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 07.
1012
QNH 1012. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 07. Riptide 125.
1012. What did I say? 1013. Oh, that was a nice little head down there. Now we caught profile, so that 1,000 feet a minute is not anymore. It's a pretty aggressive descent. We'll go ahead and look at. It makes me laugh because people are like, "Oh, this is," and it just dumps it. Okay, let's go to route. Boise. That'd be a cool one. There's a Jackson Hole flight up there. All right, we've got what was I doing? Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. We got to go to runway 7 here. Let's go ahead and throw that down in the FMC, runway 7 in the scratch pad. We'll throw it on the fixed page, and we'll go /15, slant 5, slant 3, legs coming up. There we go. Definitely do. Anyway, beautiful weather in Jamaica. Just really, really nice. You can see, you know, on the other side of the airplanes, Kingston. Right around here is nice. Kingston, Montego Bay is basically the north side of the island, northwest side of the island. So really good. Not painting anything on radar right now. I don't anticipate it either. Radar is looking pretty good for the area. Just some turbulence, some light stuff. Yeah, we're in a dark area in terms of weather. There's no radar over here, so I can't get any radar. Anyway, transition is 18,000, so we'll just go from the transition altitude. You can see we got 15,000 coming on down. All right, looking good. They're at 24,000. Look at that center tank, 350 pounds of fuel. There's the bumps. I knew the bumps were coming. Just a matter of when. All right. Alright, you guys, looking good here. After we land, I'm going to get, again, we got 45 minutes to do the turn, and then we'll head over to Miami. We're done. 2 legs, and that's the end of it, which is nice. It's actually nice. We're actually getting a good paycheck on this route. Make about 400 something bucks. We'll take it. I got to save money. I got to get an aircraft, you know. I see what vectors they're going to give us. It's basically going to have us go over the airport, right over it, and then we'll go from there. We won't do descent checks just yet. right, there's 18,000. We hit transition. Let's go ahead and throw the transition altitude on now. Coming down the chute here. Engine instruments. Igniters, I should say. Lights coming on, except for those. Wing lights are on, and descent check. And we'll see the pressurization coming down. Alright, so this is a weird thing they got going on here. They're going to send us over Sangster and then down from there. I just don't know where. Looks like a weird teardrop entry. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I wish they it's an ILS, but you know, it's beautiful out here, so I think we might just do this little teardrop thing and drop. There's 15,000, so I'm expecting a little bit lower here. You got Sangster right over the nose. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and change the weather to terrain. We're not paying anything on radar anyway. There's 15,000 feet. I expect a descent here shortly. I don't know how good AI is going to do that. Let's do the descent checklist. Altimeters and bugs are set, cross-checked. Reset the MCP altitude to what? 7,000? What do you want us to go down to there, buddy? Once we hit the VOR, we should be at 4,600. So I'm going to say, hey, get us down. I'll pull the brake. We're over the airport now, so we're going to be high as a kite. Gosh. And I'm just going to take over, and I'm going to bring it down to about 3,400 feet a minute. Let's get this thing down. We're going to be way too high. That's 4,000. Recover back down. There we go. You're 3,100. All right, here we go. Auto brakes required. Start switches. Recall checked. Set check complete. I gotta slow down. About 2,300 now. Gotta slow up a little bit. I'm just trying to get some lose some altitude. I hate this thing. It really could have been down at 4,600. There's 10,000. We got to slow it to 250 now on speed. There's our speed limit, and we'll get down and start cranking that down. Now you could do level change, and it'll slow us down. We'll call that 250 now, and it's going to grab 250, and we'll start to keep that brake in because that's going to really help us out and slow us down. And then we're going to do a basically a procedure turn inbound here. That's the way it's looking. We got a route disco, Lennar SIA, and we're going to Omaxi next. Yeah, that's what we want. I see the speeds coming, just killing it. We're really high. really high and we're really fast. So that's my fault. $4,600. Should be about 3,000 coming in. There's a couple things we can do. We could just slam the gear down right now. And that's kind of what I think we should do. I want to go Omaxi straight in here. I don't want to do Lamar. Let's go Omaxi. And then straight down. Yeah, I'm going to drop the gear. We're going to get this thing down. I'm going to go 190. You notice how they're not giving me any vectors? It's just... Holy crap. I'm gonna have to do a 360 again. I am too freaking high. Come on, airplane, go. Keep that brake in. I got the gear down. I'm trying to get all that drag in there. Not too high. We're gonna have to do a 360. I know we're too high. Let's go out. Heading select. We'll descend nice and easy. Got 3,000 feet. We should be at 1850. Keep on trucking. Gotta do another turn. Thank you, you stupid AI. So they don't do it. You have to do it yourself. You have to make sure you get down the proper altitude. I guess they're not that good. Okay, we'll keep that turn in. That's why I got the gear down, so you can see the gear's down. And we're just trying to burn altitude right now, get that drag in there. Not good for the schedule, that's for sure. That's my fault. I should have been on it, because I should have known that they wouldn't do it right. That's my fault. We're almost there. We're going to turn out here nice. Just one little 360. We'll be good to go. They'd be yelling at me right now. Stupid. 180 on. I'm just going to keep the speed at 190. Yeah, we'll be all right now. Burning good. Good altitude.
Caution, terrain.
Roger. Keep that turn in.
Caution, terrain.
All right, got it.
Caution, terrain.
All right, I got the airplane.
Terrain. Caution, terrain.
Yeah, we're turning out of that, trust me.
Bank
That's
angle.
why it's there. I got the bank. Good right there. We're good.
Bank angle.
It was 1,500 feet, so we're all right. There's 2,000. I got the aircraft. We're just gonna do it. I heard that caution terrain, and I was like, nope. I'll take it over. All right, these are coming down. That's down. I'll have to throw an ASAP report in there. Unfortunately. Nice turbulence there. Wow, we are getting snot kicked out of us right now. What the heck? Don't climb, airplane. What are you doing? Sorry, guys. I wanted to trying to do two things at once, and it's not great. I'm going to say Montego Bay, Jamaica, X. It's going to pause. All right. Gives me a break. Let's get my crap together here. I'm recording, that's why. whoa, bird. I got some unruly passengers in the back here. 1,000 to go. I'm gonna go 0. I wish these dogs would be quiet. It's annoying. All right, flap 15. We're gonna slow down to 160. All right, you see I got no. That's baloney. Yeah, I told the computer what I wanted. That's an overspeed on the flap. Look at that. Gosh. Armed. We're gonna have to figure out why this airplane is giving me a no speed. I don't know what's going on with that. We said 135, so I'm gonna do 140. We're gonna have to figure it out. We might have an MEL issue coming up here. We'll see. Okay, we're good. Go flap 30 landing checks. And I'm gonna go ahead and shut off my flight director, kill it all off. There we go, speed's coming up. I'm trying to push this nose down. There's a downdraft. Gosh, man.
$1,000.
Check. On speed, profile sinks 1200. Landing gear down, 3 green. Auto brake set. And on the high side. Now it's on the low side. Just let it sink. And we'll rest that.
500.
That's what you get across the oceans, a lot of gusts and stuff like that. That's good. Got plenty of runway. Noticing a little bit of a crosswind here.
100. 50. 30. 10.
Come on. Speed brakes deployed, reversers are out. It's 100 knots. Keep it rolling. We'll get off the brakes. My plane on the brakes. We can get off here. High-speed taxiway. Welcome to Jamaica. Well, that was fun. We got an OV speed again. We gotta figure that out. Well, welcome to Jamaica. Let's go ahead and taxi in here on... that's all set. Thank you. Flaps coming up. Taxi lights on. That's off. That's off. That is off. We'll go ahead and shut that off. Taxi lights on. Window heat's coming off. You can't see it, but that's off. Okay. We're here. Let's get the time. Yeah, there's no way. The schedule's not right because of the schedule. Like I said, the schedule's a little bit inaccurate. We're going to 2, didn't we say? APU's coming on. And we do have full services here, I think. Yeah, gate 2 it is. I might do a full alignment again, just because I want to reset everything, just to make sure that this is, I don't know what the heck's going on. Why do I have two towers? That's weird. Alright, that's stupid. I know why. I have to go in and disable it. I gotta look to see why that is, but I think we have two sceneries conflicting with each other. That's what it is. I'll go ahead and one of them is Microsoft's, the other one's the other one. I'm going gate 2. No. Gives me time to shut it down. Well, I won't shut it down, I'll just disable it from here. I'll disable the Microsoft one. Of course, I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll get it disabled. Taxi lights off. We're going to shut down number 2. Like I said, I'm going to do a full alignment here. We have about an hour, so I want to make sure we get this right. Oh, I don't want to go stop that. My dogs, I don't know what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing. Okay, brakes. Coming on the bus and off. All right, get off my plane. We're a little bit, we're still on time, but doesn't help that we had, you know, that issue. PAX bleeds on. That's off. All right, let's go ahead and get hooked up. We'll get the ground power hooked up. Chalk's coming on. We're going to go ahead and request ground service, request that, and we're going to request that. And I will call for deplane. Request deboarding.